437, Mom likes me best. 517 is the Curly Dervish. 606, Nicoletta Vendetta. 713 is McGrady. And 732 is Bonita Apple Boom.
And in the white, the Southside Revolution, number 007, Quesadilla. 008, a Smash Crasher. 13, Tiger Lily. Number 2, Strawberry Bomb. Number 20, Scout's Honor. 215 is Acid Rain. 222, Silent but Deadly. 24, Demon Cat. 27, Chicken Fried Skate. 321, Princess Leia. 338, Terrorize Her. 39, the Flaming DVA. 46, Gear Shift. 6, Bug. And number 9 is Helen Wheels, the Southside Revolution. Oh my God, I'm sorry. My apologize. The Flaming Diva.
Good afternoon, folks, and welcome to Game 2 of 2024's Bridge City Riot. Today we're going to, not today, yes today, but this game we're going to see the Seattle Derby Brats take on Southside Revolution, which is also a Seattle team.
Yes. The Battle of Seattle.
That just sounds really good.
Yeah.
I feel like there needs to have another tournament called the Battle in Seattle, Battle for Seattle.
Oh, that'd be great. All right, we're going to see behind that Jam on Hawthorne jam line, that is the Flaming Diva for the Rivals in the gray. And
number 214, Siren, jamming for the Derby Brats in black. Southside quickly up the inside. Lead jammer goes to Flaming Diva.
And good work there by Silent but Deadly. Really smoking out Siren.
Flaming Diva back around on scoring pass and chooses to call it off before any points are scored by the other team. Southside picking up 4. If you're watching at home, go ahead and let us know who you're cheering for, team or skater.
All right, and we've got a Smash Crasher for the Rivals in the gray and
Graham Reaper.
Rubellious.
Graham Reaper?
No, that's Rubellious.
It is Rubellious.
Yes. Rubellious getting hung up on Demon Cat. Good work there up at the front. I cannot say, oh, nice. Force out and recycle by Bonita Apple Boom.
A Smash Crasher able to get through, pick up lead jammer once again for Southside. Beautiful chase down by number 24, Demon Cat.
And good blocking there by Nicoletta Vendetta, slowing down that rival jammer. Just going to throw this out there if we get some numbers wrong, particularly on the Derby Brats. There's a 00, a 000, a 008, a 009, and a 606, all of which look very similar from where we're sitting.
And then on Southside, there's another 008 with a Smash Crasher and a 007. So lots of zeros on the track. We will try our absolute best to get it correct.
And that is Quesadilla jamming for the Rivals up against the Curly Dervish. Curly Dervish is your lead jammer. First lead jam for the Brats. And Curly Diva going inside to out, forced out and recycled behind Scout's Honor.
Filipina Fire with some beautiful offense there for the Derby Brats. Curly Dervish coming back around. 2 points on the board, I believe. And we have a star stash on Southside. We've had no star pass yet. Nice rollback on the Curly Dervish by number 13 on Southside. That's Tiger Lily.
Meanwhile, Allison Thunderland, millihertz, doing great work on that rival jammer. Also so fierce. They've just been. Oh, and we've got a.
We have a two-town cider star pass.
Yes, to Silent but Deadly, who's looking to explode out of the pack.
I love that Southside's caps are so sparkly.
Yes.
It's making me very happy.
So that 12-point jam for the Galaxy is a lead change. 12-6 now your score.
Jay, you love this venue. Well, we love it too. It's our home.
Yes, it is.
The hangar at Oaks Park.
All right, we're going to see 7-13 McGrady jamming for the Galaxy up against
number 39. That's the Flaming Diva once again for Southside. Flaming Diva able to get out, pick up lead jammer. McGrady about 30 feet behind.
Wow, great work there by Bonita Appleboom. Bouncing the rival jammer.
Forcing the call off.
And the Galaxy able to steal a point. I mean, currently that Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box is empty.
Looks like we've got a Smash Crasher jamming for Southside.
Up against McGrady? No, that's not McGrady.
214.
214, Siren. Oh, wow, the offense there.
Allowing Siren to get right out and pick up lead.
That was Filipina Fire and Mom Likes Me Best.
Mom likes me best, puns.
Good force out by Chicken Fried Skate. Was it enough to deny points? It was not.
3 points put up by the Seattle Derby Brats.
Mom Likes Me Best is just a brutal
Just a brutal
skate name.
skate
Like,
name.
you know, like, no matter what, like, you're just making the other players feel bad. Well, that is Rubellious in the black up against
Same number
Flaming
on
Diva.
white, 39.
39. And Flaming Diva just,
Batting 1,000.
yeah, absolute machine for lead jammer.
Definitely on fire.
Yes.
Ooh.
I'm not sure who laid that hit, but that was 24 Demon Cat that just laid out Rubellious.
Demon Cat well positioned for that offense. Flaming Diva through with a spin move, intentional or otherwise, picking up 4 points. Number 732, pivot for the Seattle Derby Brats. That's Bonita Appleboom headed to the penalty box, the Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box, on what I believe is a low block.
Well, we only have one penalty for each team at this point in the game. That's impressive.
We are only 7 minutes in, puns.
Yeah, but I mean, we were at like 10-2.
Oh my gosh,
On the last-
that last game was so high penalty. The last time I looked, it was 33 and 28, and it just went up from there. Very evenly spread out, but
Yeah.
still a lot of penalties. Everybody jostling for position on that jam on Hawthorne jammer line, and we've got the Curly Dervish up against Quesadilla.
And the Curly Dervish trying to fry through the pack. Working up against Tiger Lily and company, who are doing great work at the front.
Silent but deadly closing those holes down there in the lanes. Nice hit out by number 20 on Southside. That is Scout's honor. And a long drawback.
That was Helen Wheels, I believe.
Curly Dervish looking for some offensive help.
Getting it from Bonita Appleboom.
Bonita Appleboom everywhere on the track, it seems. Filipina Fire, Millihertz holding it down at the back of the pack.
Yeah, nowhere to go, and that's another force out and recycle. We still don't have a lead jammer. We're over a minute in.
Also holding a clinic down there for the Seattle Derby Brats is Allison Thunderland.
And, of course, just as I say that, Quesadilla is out. Oh, wow. Is that Silent but Deadly? Yes. Silent but Deadly sniffed that out. And
Just, I've got so many going through my head. They are not appropriate for this stream.
And there is a star pass to, I believe that's Bonita Appleboom, a Two-Town Cider House star pass.
Silent but deadly, last to beat there, making it so hard for Bonita Appleboom to get out.
And Quesadilla with the call-off, 3 points. We have another lead change. 20-21 now.
McGrady wearing the star for the Seattle Derby Brats. Up against a smash crasher for Southside Revolution.
Princess Leia up to play some offense. Oh, wow, McGrady just finds a gap.
A smash crasher taking off the star. Quick Two-Town Cider House star pass to number 321, Princess Leia. McGrady chasing Leia down. McGrady now out in front.
And Galaxy looking to run this. Oh, wow, McGrady. They were not ready for it. McGrady just finding blank spaces in that defense.
McGrady calling it off.
A 12-3 jam is another lead change.
And that was Graham Reaper down there that I had my eyes all over. Such a great skater.
That looks to be Siren in the black up against the Flaming Diva in the gray. And Siren up to the front.
Siren singing the song of her people.
Last line of defense, and there goes Siren. Silent but deadly, not able to squeeze that one closed.
Direction being called on 305 for the Derby Brats. That's Psychosis. We do have a Two-Town Cider star pass on Southside to Silent but Deadly. Big hit out by 009. That's Millihertz causing a recycle on Silent but Deadly. Meanwhile, Siren's through, picking up another 4.
Nice force out by Mom Likes Me Best.
Filipina Fire responsible for opening up that inside lane for Siren. It did cause a penalty.
And we've got a group therapy session going in that Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box. Acid Rain anchoring that defense there. Oh, Acid Rain picking up a pack destruction penalty. And Pack has slowed down here in that second straightaway.
Another direction being called on Black 305. I believe that's Psychosis.
Yes, 2 directions in 1 jam.
Ooh, and was that a low block right at the end? I'm not sure.
I think that was a low block on a member of the same team, so probably.
Probably not.
Yeah.
I just saw a leg and I saw a skater go down. That Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box, seeing a lot of use so far in the first 13 minutes of this game. We've got 2 skaters, one from each team, sitting there right now. But right now, it's a team timeout.
This team timeout brought to you by Welcome to PDX, the official realtor of the Rose City Rollers. I like this timeout. I mean, it's been a back and forth game so far, but Galaxy just opened up, 28-3 scoring run.
I think probably this timeout is telling both teams to sort of maybe settle down just a little bit, stay together, find your friends. I think I've been seeing just, in the 13 minutes we've been here, quite a bit of chaos down there.
It's been fun.
It's a great game so far. While we have a second, I'd love to say thank you to Porque No Taqueria. Porque No Taqueria, the sunniest place in Portland, voted the best tacos and Mexican food in PDX.
And there we go. We got Rubelius up against a Rivals jammer that I cannot read their number.
It is at just the wrong angle to be able to see from up here.
And Quesadilla.
It was definitely not the number that I thought it was. Derby Brats not quite able to get Quesadilla out.
And Bonita Appleboom picking up that out of play.
Quesadilla coming back around, capitalizing on a lack of blockers on the track.
Yeah, that 4-2 pack advantage.
And that's going to be another out-of-play block.
That's going to send, I think that's 000.
It's
Yes.
Kangarooby.
Kangarooby.
That is also a name that I really love.
Oh, yeah.
Kangarooby. Quesadilla going ahead and calling it off with multiple folks in the
Wow, that is
in the penalty box.
That is a diet pack on the track and a big group therapy session in that Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box. And Rebel Heart Therapy, therapy for queer, poly, kinky, quirky folks.
www.rebelhearttherapy.com. Lining up on that Jam on Hawthorne jammer line, we've got 008 A Smash Crasher wearing the white star and McGrady wearing the star for the Seattle Derby Brats.
And
both teams at pack disadvantage, equally disadvantaged.
Yes. Oh, good offense there coming from.
Oh, Bonita Appleboom out of the penalty box directly into some major blocking.
Good effort there by Tiger Lily.
Big hit by Bonita Appleboom there at the end on number 13. That is Tiger Lily of Southside.
Now we're going to see the Flaming Diva behind that Jam on Hawthorne jam line. Up against
517.
the Curly
The
Dervish.
Curly Dervish.
Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box is mostly clear at this point. And the Curly Dervish is your lead jammer. Wow. Big hit from Mom Likes Me Best.
That is Terrorizer that just came out of the box. And just kind of swap spots with the pivot.
And there goes Allison Thunderland. Wow.
Beautiful apex jump there.
The Flaming Diva.
Curly Dervish is lead. Curly Dervish looking to coaches and calling it off.
And that was an 8-4 jam.
We're about halfway through, just over halfway through this first period, and we've got a score of Seattle Derby Brats 60 to Southside Revolution Rivals 36.
And we'd like to thank Black Cat Plumbing, your local neighborhood plumbing company and proud sponsor of RCR since forever.
And then it's also a welcome to PDX timeout. This timeout brought to you by RCR's official realtor, Deb Counts-Tabor, and welcome to PDX.
Gotta love an official timeout.
Even the refs need some water every now and then.
Gotta keep the refs hydrated. Hey, help make our sponsors happy. Snap, post, and tag hashtag RCR sponsor, and you could win VIP tickets to one of our games. And feel free to hop onto rosecityrollers.com/shop because there's plenty of new merchandise. There's some great new shirts, one of which I bought today because I just cannot help myself.
There are 2 shirts that I am very much eyeing down there.
Yeah.
Like, how many volunteer hours do I have? Can I cash out a merch credit?
Oh, yeah, I always forget about that.
I do too, and then my child remembers.
Oh, well.
Because that's what she likes to do. Work enough volunteer hours so that she can get merch. Well, when we do come back from this timeout, so it sounds like it is wrapping up right now, we've got 007 Quesadilla in the white jamming against 214 Siren in the black. There's our 5 seconds from our ref bread pool.
And they're up to the front of the pack is Siren. Working against Chicken Fried Skate. Oh, man, there goes Siren, your lead jammer.
And while I can, I would love to give a shout out to that jam ref there. That is Jawbreaker, one of our junior skaters. Also, at least a level 1 ref, probably higher than that, but one of our just amazing juniors officials.
And we've got a
huge hit by number 732. That is Bonita Appleboom.
On the 2-Town Cider House Star Pass to Princess Leia. And one of our outside pack refs is Chloe Catastrophe. Also a
junior ref.
Yeah.
To my knowledge, Rose City is one of the only leagues that has a juniors officials program where we are training up our next round of officials. The only sad thing is that they can only ref juniors stuff. They cannot ref adult stuff.
Which is definitely unfortunate. And there goes Rubelius. Breaking into a full-out revolution.
A Smash Crasher still stuck at the back of the pack. Star is off, looking for the pivot. We have a 2-Towns Cider Star Pass on Southside to Princess Leia.
And there's the call-off before Princess Leia can get into the pack.
Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box is clear. Both teams will be fielding 5 skaters.
So we're going to see McGrady up against the Flaming Diva. Dust Bunny anchoring that tripod at the back of the pack. Oh, wow. Flaming Diva up and over.
Nicoletta Vendetta responsible for McGrady getting out there.
But Flaming Diva is your lead jammer, about 10 feet ahead.
10 feet can be destroyed in an instant.
Yep. Both jammers through the pack.
Flaming Diva still out in front.
Wow, Bonita Appleboom. Just
an immovable force right there.
Wow. That hurt me just looking at it.
Quesadilla wearing the star this next jam for Southside.
Up against, I believe that's the the Curly Dervish.
5:17.
Yeah.
And that's it. And there's our whistle. Curly Dervish finds a line through the middle, out for lead jammer. Quesadilla stuck at the back, looking for some offense from pivot 321, Princess Leia.
So Fierce and company, though, just controlling Quesadilla.
Strawberry Bomb with some really great defense down there as well. We have the star off for Southside. Is it a star stash or a star pass? Turns out it's a two-town sider star pass.
To Princess Leia.
Nice hit to the outside, followed by a retaliatory hit to the outside.
Wow, that was unfortunate for the Galaxy. That was so Curly Dervish coming out of the penalty box. This will be a full 2-minute jam.
Princess Leia trying the outside, unsuccessful.
Galaxy creating their own version of the Sarlacc pit to keep Princess Leia from going anywhere.
Sarlacc pit. 009, that's Millihertz being sent to the penalty box on a direction.
And Strawberry Bomb trying to blow up that Galaxy back wall.
Doing a good job of moving 197 there. That's so fierce. Four more points on the scoreboard for Southside.
And that was an 8-8 jam, I think. Yep, it was. 187 killer pads worn by the most pros in the world. If you skate, you know why.
Siren once again wearing the jammer cap for Seattle. Up against a smasher crasher for Southside. A smash crasher.
Yes. Good work there by Kangarooby and company, sending a smash crasher to the inside.
Back block being called on 606. That's Nicoletta Vendetta. No lead jammer yet.
It has been a hard-fought battle.
Nice rollback by Bonita Appleboom.
And that is the Terrorizer. Some good defense there, but finally.
Siren, lead jammer. 000 Kangarooby headed to the penalty box.
And we have a two-town Sutter House star pass to Silent but Deadly. And Siren is through.
And calls it off.
Calls it before SBD can get there.
Just about 7 minutes left in our first half. And we're going to see McGrady and the Flaming Diva both on that Jam on Hawthorne jam line.
Flaming Diva tries the inside lane, but
McGrady with a hop, skip, and a jump through for lead jammer for Seattle.
and there's a star pass, two-town side out star pass to Demon Cat. After that brief flurry of penalties midway through this period, there's slowed down a bit. 12 now total for the Galaxy, 6 for the Rivals. And we have a palindrome score of 94 to 49.
Yeah, we do.
That's 2 straight games with the palindrome score. Nerds
On a
are-
palindrome day.
Yeah, oh, true. Rebellious not going anywhere. Same with Quesadilla.
Everybody's really stacked up between the jam and the pivot line. Nobody's moved very far 30 seconds into this jam. Graham Reaper, with excellent positioning there, came out of an offensive role directly into a defensive role and has just completely stopped Quesadilla.
Wow, just nobody's going anywhere right now. As I say that, oh wow. And Quesadilla is through 52 seconds to get a lead jammer. And silent but deadly. Sniffed out where Rebellious was going, but wasn't able to stop Rebellious.
Excellent job by Seattle there to force that call off by Quesadilla. That was thanks to numbers 330 and 00. 330 being Allison Thunderland and 00 being Dust Bunny.
And way to save that last point, too.
Curly Dervish and Ace Smash Crasher. Ace Smash Crasher finding a wide open lane to tiptoe through on the outside. Southside will have lead jammer.
Gear shift directing that defense. And Curly Dervish through on the initial. Wow, 0-0 on that jam. Great work by the Galaxy defense.
Psychos is setting up for offense right off the line. That is responsible for getting Siren out. Great job.
And Siren screaming around the track.
Flaming Diva through about half a track behind. Siren with beautiful lateral movement, able to juke through the pack and pick up a full 4 for Seattle.
Well done. Triple Eight, the certified sweat saver helmet from Triple Eight is designed for derby, vert ramps, and everything in between. That is McGrady facing off against, I think that's Quesadilla.
It sure is. Oh, beautiful hit attempt by number 24. That is Demon Cat.
But McGrady just perfect positioning, shook that off.
That's a direction being called on number 338, Terrorizer. Happened just at the whistle, which means Southside will start 1 down.
Still fairly low penalty count, 12 for the Galaxy, 7 for the Rivals. No one with more than 2.
With just under 2 minutes left in this half.
Ace Smash Crasher, Rebellious.
Ace Smash Crasher tries for the outside, gets stopped by Graham Reaper. Both jammers out at almost the exact same time. Rebellious does have lead.
But only about a 5-foot advantage.
Southside, unfortunately, setting up in the back. Oh, neither team scored any points. I was going to say with Southside in the back, that almost guaranteed them Seattle 2 points.
But great defense there to escort the jammer out of bounds, avoid the points. Is that the Curly Dervish? I believe it is, up against the Flaming Diva.
Nice hit out by number 9 on Southside.
Helen Wheels.
Filipina Fire. Just an absolute immovable object.
Oh,
nice,
wow.
nice little apex hop there by the Flaming Diva with
And
10 seconds left on the period clock.
Yeah, Curly Dervish is about a half track behind.
Flaming Diva looking to get through, get the points, and call it. And there we go. We are at intermission with a score of Seattle Derby Brats 102 to Southside Revolution's 55.
We'll see you back here in about 15 minutes.
Southside Revolution. We've got about 30 seconds left before our intermission wraps up. But to recap, we've got a score of 102 Seattle to 55 Southside. What are we seeing for penalties, Puns?
The Derby Brats Galaxy have 12 total. Southside Revolution Rivals have 7. No one has more than 2 on either team. So low penalty count. Nobody remotely close to penalty danger. Definitely a different story from the first
From
first
the
one.
first game. So if you were tuning in, I saw that there's 35 people on the stream. Let us know where you're watching from and who you're cheering for, team or skater. We'd love to give a shout out.
Yes, we would.
So there was our whistle wrapping up our halftime. Breadpool getting ready to give us the whistle to start the jam. And we have Siren and the Flaming Diva both wearing the stars.
And the Siren escorted out of bounds. Oh, wow.
Nice
Princess
set of
Leia.
hits by Princess Leia there.
And the Flaming Diva takes advantage, is your lead jammer.
We have a directional being called on number 24 of
That's Demon
Southside.
Cat. And Siren getting recycled.
Siren still not through on initial.
Getting past to Silent but Deadly. And
That's a forearm.
that is a little group
Tiger.
therapy for the rivals in that Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box.
And that was Tiger Lily, number 13, that got sent to that penalty box with a forearm.
Good force out by Princess Leia.
Zoe McCarty seeing Go Diva. Diva is having an excellent game.
And that is Siren heading to the box on a forearm.
That's going to leave Diva in a power jam, which Southside could use.
Yeah.
Now it's going to be up to the Seattle Derby Brats to see if they can't kill this power jam.
Good offense there coming from Silent but Deadly. Well known for being an offensive skater.
That was really good.
Thank you.
That was really excellent.
Alicia Skinner watching from Portland, stuck at home sick. So, well, I'm sorry that you're sick. Hopefully you feel better soon.
Emily watching from Seattle, Go Galaxy and Kangarooby. Hopefully you heard me say earlier that Kangarooby is like one of my favorite names right now that's rolling off my tongue very well.
Yeah. I like watching them really jump into the action. And pack extending. Oh. A smash crasher forced out, but quickly recycled back in. And
Siren still at the back of the pack after coming out of that Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box.
wow. Good long drawback by a Seattle skater whose number I can't say. Oh, that's good.
Oh, beautiful awareness now. So Siren is lead jammer, got hit out, was going to recycle, but saw that the penalty was going to get called on the Southside pivot, so went ahead and kept going for a no pass, no penalty.
And
Active NSOs from Seattle cheering on Galaxy.
And Zoe McCarty watching from Santa Cruz.
Used to play for both of these teams.
Fascinating.
I did hear that about Ruby's name. She's American-Australian.
All right.
That makes her name even better.
Yeah, it really does.
Made me wonder if in the previous game, if Kiwi Killer was from New Zealand.
Yeah. Oh. That is a 4-2 pack advantage right now. And Galaxy taking advantage.
Oh,
Wow.
McGrady able to slow down in just the nick of time to avoid that Demon Cat hit, because I think if that had landed, it was going to be pretty devastating.
Yeah.
McGrady through again, picking up 4
And there goes
for the
Princess
Derbies.
Leia.
McGrady coming back around.
Wow. Just blowing up the pack.
Filipina Fire bringing the hits.
Yeah.
That's about all I can say about that.
And hey, there's Kangarooby, who's having a marsupial game.
That was awful. That we need to write some of these down.
Puns and Roses' worst jokes.
Yes, we could make a book. That could be your second book. Flaming Diva, meanwhile, a lead jammer for Southside, followed closely by Rebellious, about 20 feet behind.
And there's the call off from Diva. 2 points in the air.
I'm going to be stuck on marsuperbial for a
Yeah.
really long time.
Yeah.
Wearing the stars this next time around, we've got the Curly Dervish.
Up against A Smash Crasher.
Smash Crasher.
I like the little jammer love they shared before the.
It's the thing I always love about roller derby. Everybody always has such a good time.
Yes, and that should be the point, you know.
A Smash Crasher out with lead jammer status. Princess Leia putting in work. I feel like Princess Leia has been in every jam.
Yeah, Princess Leia is really choking down on the Brats like they're Jabba the Hutt.
They just keep putting her Alderaan and on track.
Yeah. Well done.
Hey, thank you.
And
338 on Southside headed to the penalty box. That is Terrorizer. Looks like on a P.
Pack destruction. I
Probably
believe.
illegal position, so probably a pack destruction.
Yep. So that's 3 points in the air for the Rivals. 118-70 is your score after that 7-0 jam.
I'm going to hang my hat on that Alderaan and on.
Yeah.
It's hard to out-pun you. But now I have one on the board.
There you go. And that is going to be Alice in Thunderland jamming, I believe, for the first time for the Galaxy. And quickly lead jammer. Flaming Diva tried a little.
We have a two-town sider star pass.
That is
on Southside.
Silent but deadly. Throwing the shoulders there, Susie Hot Rod style.
Well, Silent but Deadly just needs to turn the gas on here.
Exactly.
Give me a few more Red Bulls and I might be able to keep up.
Silent but Deadly putting on the cap. And there's the call off.
Well, I mean, it's Alice in Thunderland. Is it a call off or is it an off with her head?
True.
I feel like we lost our music in the background.
Alice in Thunderland.
I think we
jabber. We did lose the music.
Okay.
Yeah. Alice in Thunderland can jabber walk the walk, but can they jabber talk the talk? Sorry. All right, there goes
Meanwhile,
Siren.
Siren is lead jammer for the Derby Brats. Flaming Diva still stuck in the back.
No, that's Princess Leia.
Just kidding. I read the scoreboard instead of reading a jersey.
Yep. Been there, done that. And there's the two-town center house star pass to Quesadilla. And Siren twisting up to the front of the pack. Well played.
Seattle Derby Brats showing how lactose intolerant they are by keeping Quesadilla in the back.
Yes. Oh, you're really on a roll now.
It's the Red Bull and the cup of coffee are finally firing on all cylinders here.
And Quesadilla looking for any sort of lane, but just not finding it.
Just not finding it.
Siren.
Meanwhile, Siren very happy with that last play.
Yeah. That was well played. So 4 points there for the Rivals, 12 for the Galaxy, 136-74 is your score, about a third of the way through the second half. A little
Looks
jammer
like
love there.
Bonita Appleboom is going to be jamming for the Derby Brats, if I can read that number correctly.
And we have an official timeout. This official timeout brought to you by Welcome to PDX.
And suddenly the music's back.
Okay.
Seems like there was a little bit of discussion there between our jam refs and our scorekeepers on whether an initial.
And we're back to another official timeout.
This official timeout brought to you by Welcome to PDX and Deb Counts Tabor, the official realtor of the Rose City Rollers. Okay. Looks like we're going to wrap this up. The Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box is currently clear. Both teams with 5 on the track. And there's the whistle from Breadpool wrapping it up. Everybody stacked up on the pivot line right now.
What, pivot line starts?
There's the 5 seconds. Silent but Deadly looking to play offense right off the whistle.
And does. Nicely played.
A smash crasher through lead jammer for Southside.
And Bonita Appleboom about a half lap behind. A smash crasher. Wow, Filipina Fire with the massive hit.
Couple of penalties being called. I heard a forearm. And then Filipina Fire headed to the penalty box on an unknown.
Yeah.
Literally.
There's a
question mark on my penalty tracker.
So that was a 4-4 jam.
What?
And we have an official review, maybe or not.
Just another timeout brought to you by Deb Counts Tabor and Welcome to PDX.
So we're going to see the Flaming Diva
Ooh, so many people in the penalty box.
up against McGrady. Yeah, that is a definitely a big group therapy session there. 3 skaters in that Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box.
McGrady trying for some jammer-on-jammer defense right off the line. I don't think it worked the way McGrady wanted it to work because the Flaming Diva is out with lead jammer.
No, definitely not.
McGrady with 1 more to beat.
Wow, just juked Silent but Deadly off her skates. Flaming Diva giving, wow, that is a diet pack.
Well, now there's lots of people in the penalty box.
And now lots of people coming out of the penalty box.
And more people going in the penalty box.
Yeah, that is a 4-2 pack advantage right now for the Galaxy.
Flaming Diva went ahead and picked up another 4. McGrady around with no problems. Flaming Diva going ahead and calling that off before McGrady can score any points in that jam.
Or will that pass? So that was a 12-8 jam in favor of the Rivals. 90-152 is your score right now.
And another timeout. Puns, what does that mean?
It is a Deb Counts Tabor. Welcome to PDX timeout. Looks like a team timeout by the Rivals. Hey, celebrate the biggest junior fundraiser of the year at the Roller Rally Carnival. We've got a bounce castle, face painting, dunk tank, games, and more. That is Sunday, May 19th at the Hangar. RoseCityRollers.com for more info. And while you're at RoseCityRollers.com, check out the volunteer page because we can always use volunteers. That is RoseCityRollers.com/volunteer.
Roller Rally is going to be a lot of fun this year.
Isn't it fun every year?
It is. Well, I've always been involved in it, and it's been fun, but it'll be even more fun this year because I actually get to be, like, involved with the undead stuff.
Oh.
Because my kid's an undead skater.
Oh, gotcha.
Although I have no idea what they're doing for their booth.
I'm sure whatever they'll do, they'll get it white. Or else they'll face your wraith.
Rubellious and A Smash Crasher. Ooh, Southside quickly moving to the apex.
Interesting
Interesting
there.
strategy.
Didn't work out that well.
Nope. Resulted in Princess Leia.
Oh, Kangarooby picking up the bonus.
Princess Leia going and taking a seat in what might as well be Carbonite. Rubellious stuck at the back of the pack. Actually, neither jammer moving very far forward. Stuck there in turn 2.
Yeah, that's everything's just come to a screeching halt there. Four points in the air for the Galaxy. And the Jam Line is brought to you by the Jam on Hawthorne, Portland's best vegan-friendly booze, friendly kid-friendly omnivore-friendly, everybody-friendly breakfast.
I don't know, but whenever somebody makes that read, I always want raspberry jam on a biscuit real bad. Like, for some reason, that is the association I have with Jam on Hawthorne.
All right. I like it.
Curly Dervish and the Flaming Diva jamming this jam. Cut track being called on the Flaming Diva is going to leave the Curly Dervish in a power jam. Lead jammer has not been established yet, so
Good work right now by the Rivals, holding that back line. Silent but deadly, Princess Leia.
Mom Might likes me best in there with the offense.
And Demon Cat extending that as far as possible.
Curly Dervish coming back around on a scoring pass. I do believe that Kangarooby went to the penalty box on a destruction, but I'm not entirely certain.
I'm not entirely certain. No.
It was a P, and I think since Extra Crispy was calling no pack.
Wow. And, Silent but Deadly picks up a track cut.
That's
got too much of the body down outside of the track. So
Curly Dervish with a second power jam.
Silent but Deadly had that star on a two-town Cider House star pass.
Curly Dervish going ahead and calling it off with the Southside jammer still in the penalty box. Meaning Seattle will start in a power jam.
Power jam. I would like to thank our sponsors, Lionheart Kombucha and the Portland Mercury.
Turns out we have a timeout.
And this timeout brought to you by Welcome to PDX, the official realtor of the Rose City Rollers. Good eye by Jawbreaker to note that the 3 points had not gone up for the Rivals and to make sure that happened.
Timeout is wrapped up. There's our 5 seconds.
And we have an actual pivot line start. Like a legitimate pivot line start. That's crazy.
Siren easily able to capitalize on a strung out pack.
Yeah, you don't want to give a jammer that much space.
Well, and those pivot line starts, usually it's so that you can get the pack moving, but it's hard to stay moving and be a wall at the same time.
Yes. Silent but deadly.
Back on the track.
Fallon Medely's been out there a whole lot. Hopefully she's not gassed.
Siren coming back around for more points. It's a direction.
And Amy Bradford says, I'm Ruby Song, and I suggested their derby name, stolen from the Bejeweled game, but spelled differently. Well, you did a great job suggesting that name. Thank you. All right, next up, we're going to see Allison Thunderland up against Quesadilla. 4-3 pack advantage for the Galaxy. Wow, the offense from Filipina Fire.
Allison Thunderland out for lead with the Seattle Derby Brats.
Good work there by So Fierce at the back of the pack.
Filipina Fire bringing the offense, allowing Allison Thunderland to pick up a quick 4.
And Filipina Fire, great transition to defense. And Quesadilla is through.
Allison Thunderland going ahead and calling that off. McGrady is going to be wearing the star for Seattle Derby Brats this jam. We don't have a jammer yet for Southside. That was a mad dash there.
And that's the Flaming Diva. And Flaming Diva is through. Great offense there from the rivals.
I do not know what McGrady just tried to do, but I believe it involved jumping over another blocker.
Yeah. I mean, it works.
You do what you do. Flaming Diva getting knocked to the outside viciously and calling it off.
Dust Bunny. Well done. We'd like to thank our sponsors, Trailhead Credit Union and Secret Aardvark. And we are getting an official review from the rivals.
You might as well say thank you to Deb Counts-Tabor and welcome to PDX.
Of course.
Let Deb bring you home. The thing about trying to keep up with your puns is that it makes me run through all of the random knowledge that I have about 9,000 different things. I'm currently sitting here coming up with all of the kangaroo facts that I can possibly come up with.
Right.
And the truth of the matter is I don't know a whole heck of a lot about kangaroos. They're not one of my obsession animals.
Uh-huh.
Something about pigeons.
Roller Derby is looking for hitting a down skater penalty against the Seattle Derby Brats jammer on the last jam.
Oh, so that was the jump over the blocker.
Yeah, I was wondering about that. It'll be interesting to see what the officials decide here. I wouldn't be shocked if it...
If it stuck.
Yeah. I would be shocked if it didn't, but, you know.
I know, official reviews are kind of like 50-50.
Yeah.
Maybe even less than that. Maybe it's like 25-75 on like success of official reviews.
Yeah, I think that's probably closer. But I like this official review. It's a good effort. We'd like to thank Sasquatch HR, making nonprofit and small business workplaces better. SasquatchHR.org. And while we've got a minute during this official review, head over to RoastedRollers.com/shop because there's lots of new merch.
Did you get the Wheels of Justice one?
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I can't see it anymore, so I'm like, oh, Pun's got it.
Yeah, I got that new Wheels of Justice shirt.
That's okay. I want the RCR Juniors cat one.
That's
the one I have my eye on.
Oh, that's a good one, too.
Upon review, there was a no call will stand. Southside Roller Derby will not retain their official review for the second half.
All right, thank
So
you. Extra crispy.
Yeah, I think basically what happened was that McGrady was actually trying to avoid the down skater by jumping over them. And I'm sure that factors into whether or not we give a penalty or not.
That makes sense to me. All right, we've got Rubelius and a smash crasher. Good force out there by Millihertz.
Filipina Fire with the bridge.
Wow, Rubelius, your lead jammer.
That's a low block being called on number 9, Helen Wheels.
Garth Brooks once said, I've got blocks in low places. And
Ooh, I
Good.
really thought Ace Smash Crasher was going to take the inside line there.
good work there by Tiger Lily to guide Rubelius into Demon Cat.
Filipina Fire again with the offense.
And we've got a star pass. Two-Town Cider House star pass. No, we don't.
It was an incomplete star pass, which then turned into a star stash, I guess.
Sort of, yeah. Kind of wondering about that. Because the star was taken out of the pack and then dropped, and then the jammer basically had a
Picked
free
it
run at it.
up outside of the engagement zone.
Yeah,
Maybe it's almost like a no pass, no play. Like there was no impact to play.
yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, yeah.
Because I think it was just the initial pass. Southside asking for one more on the track. No pivot. Just stash the pivot cap, man. There we go. That was late.
Yep, that is late. That is Princess Leia heading to the penalty box.
On a destruction.
Yep.
So many destruction penalties this
Yeah,
game.
and that was Princess Leia's 5th. Definitely should have just stashed that star.
000. Also, that's Kangarooby headed to the penalty box on a 6th pack destruction.
Yeah, and there goes the Two-Town Cider House
Star
star pass
pass.
to Silent but Deadly and the call-off.
Lots happened in like 5 seconds
I know,
there.
there was a lot going on.
With just under 10 minutes left to play in this game, we've got a score of Seattle Derby Brats 196 to Southside Revolution Rivals 94.
And we've got Bonita Apple Boom
At
and
the helm.
Quesadilla behind that Jam on Hawthorne jam line. Oh, what? Does Jam on Hawthorne have breakfast quesadillas? That'd be good.
Bone apple teeth. Bonita Apple Boom up at the top of the pack. Pivot to beat. Lead jammer.
Bonita
I don't know
Apple
how
Boom.
that wasn't a direction
I'm not
on
sure.
number 24 Demon Cat. Filipina Fire.
Oh, wow.
Totally responsible for that ability to have that apex jump. We have the star off of Quesadilla looking for pivot. Demon Cat. Just kidding. Tiger Lily. Two-Town Cider star pass to Tiger Lily on Southside.
And we've got a score of 204 to 94 right now with just under 9 minutes left in this game. And we'd like to thank our following food sponsors from your neighborhood: Big's Chicken, 808, and Reverend's Barbecue.
I didn't know how hungry I was until you just said those 3 things.
Yeah, sorry about that.
It happens. Siren, a smash crasher. Siren through on the inside with some fancy footwork.
Yeah, Siren really mermaid her way through the pack.
I just have such an appreciation for your gift.
And we've got a Two-Town Cider House star pass to Silent but Deadly. SBD putting on the cap.
Siren's going to try and get these points and call it. There it is.
There's the call off.
Do I see 2 points? I see 1 point put up for the Derby Brats. McGrady will be jamming for the Derby Brats.
JMFD says, let's go Bonita. Probably a couple jams ago. Sorry about that.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, everybody has enough skaters. Flaming Diva is the other jammer. McGrady's able to just bust through and pick up lead jammer for Seattle yet again.
And we've got a 2-10 center house start pass to Tiger Lily.
Filipina Fire making sure that Tiger Lily doesn't get very far.
No. So McGrady with 4 so far.
I really thought McGrady would go for the apex.
Yeah, I saw a gear shift just, and I
At
think
the last second.
Yeah, McGrady I think saw a gear shift too, just getting ready for that.
And decided on a nice C cut to the middle.
And I'm not sure what's happening with the helmet coverage there for Tiger Lily, but it's weirding me out.
I think the pivot cap just sort of slicked back as they put the jammer cap on.
Yeah.
It's probably going to fall out.
And now Tiger Lily is gone
Now
to
Tiger
defense,
Lily's
which
yeah, was just joined to the wall there.
yeah. All in all, Tiger Lily's just another brick in the wall. But did get 4 points, 15-4 on that jam in favor of the Galaxy.
We've got excitement. 5:17, that is the Curly Dervish. Once again, jamming for the Derby Brats.
Up against Quesadilla. And the Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box is empty. Wow, great offense there. Coming from, that was so fierce. Open that lane.
Demon Cat looked for the long chase down, but decided against it once everyone was out of play.
Oh, wow, the offense, Nicoletta Vendetta.
Curly Dervish coming back around. Ooh, couldn't quite get around Demon Cat. Nice offense there being played by a number I cannot see, which is unfortunate. 00, Dust Bunny. Great job.
And there goes Curly Dervish dancing to the inside with that little helpful seal from Dust Bunny and the call off. Hey, Two-Town Cider House is damn fine cider made right here in the Pacific Northwest. That is, hey, the Battle of the 39s again. Rubellious and the Flaming Diva. And Flaming Diva out first is the lead jammer.
I heard a lot of yelling down on the track, but it didn't seem to result in any penalties.
Well, except for the Tiger Lily directional. No, forearm. Tiger Lily at 5, although with less than 4 minutes left, that's probably not going to matter.
Rubellious with the drawback by Silent but Deadly. Flaming Diva putting 4 on the scoreboard. Rubellious 50 feet behind. Filipina Fire swing and a miss.
Wow. And Rubellious ran over Silent but Deadly. So that was an 8-4 jam in favor of the Rivals, who are now into triple digits.
3 minutes left to go.
Bonita Apple Boom, Ace Smash Crasher are your jammers behind that Jam on Hawthorne jam line. Wow.
Ooh, that was a high block, I'm pretty sure.
That was Graham Reaper. Yeah.
It was definitely an illegal contact on from Graham Reaper.
And Bonita Apple Boom escaping the pack.
That was a direction.
And some group therapy going on that Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box.
Well, I thought the direction of the illegal contact was on 0-0, but apparently it was not. A smash crasher through, picking up 4 for Southside.
Bonita Apple Boom drawing out this jam to free those 2 blockers.
Nice escort to the inside by number 606. That is Nicoletta Vendetta.
Good effort by Dust Bunny there. Escaping out from under the couch to get those blocks in.
As soon as that Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box was empty, Bonita Appleboom called it off.
Good thinking.
Okay, jamming this jam, we've got Siren up against 007 Quesadilla. I guess 007 would be a cool Bond code name.
Yeah, it would.
Or Quesadilla would be a good 007 Bond name.
Yeah.
Not a penalty. I hear not a penalty.
So that pulled Chicken Fried Skate back onto the track. But in the confusion, Siren was able to grab a lead jammer.
Siren now up against like 15 people all at once, even though I know there's only 10 people on that track. Tiger Lily going and taking a seat on a forearm.
And up to the 6th penalty, although again, almost 30 seconds left in the game, not going to make a difference.
Siren coming back around.
Filipina Fire with the offense again. Quesadilla has pulled the cap.
I was trying to think of a spicy Filipino food, and all I can come up with is adobo, pancit, and lumpia, none of which are spicy.
Yeah.
But thank you, Filipino Fire, for making me even more hungry.
Yeah.
And there we go. That is the end of our game. We've got an unofficial score. Seattle Derby Brats Galaxy 256 to Southside Revolution Rivals 114. It was an excellent game. Nobody fouled out.
Yeah.
We got close on a couple of things.
Yeah.
But, yeah, we've got about a half an hour before our next game starts. That'll be game 3.
That'll be the Pedals versus the Microbots.
Yes. So Rose Petals Travel Team up against Tomorrowland's Nanobots.
Nanobots.
So stay tuned, and we'll see you in about half an hour.
See you then.
Bye.